it's RebelKitty here, and as you can tell, we are out here again in paradise, here to break in for the first time this beautiful Zastava M70 AK rifle. As many of you know, I got this last week. I've been working on it as far as some of these parts here, and got it zeroed, so now it's time to take it out, go have a party. Figured bring y'all along for the ride. So and then kind of another little side thing y'all might notice, a few differences here. By popular demand, I decided to wear normal people clothes today. Might come as a surprise. Many know I like to come out here to train in my full kit, try to get the whole workout going, get a sweat, but folks were asking, and generally speaking, I figured as far as practicing my concealed carry and draws, we brought the SIG here, 365 XL in a Safari Land holster. So this is very typical, besides the helmet, this is very typical kind of outfit that I would wear day to day. And the AK. But like, I would wear this, and I feel like this conceals well my disorganization aside. Brought my purse, we have a tourniquet and IFAK and things in here still. It's usually what I do. I'm wearing just, normal skirt. This skirt happens to have shorts, which is pretty cool, so highly recommend. And pockets and belt loops. So thanks to the belt loops, I can put on this belt and then keep my holster nice and secure. But besides the outfit, on to the lovely Zastava. So the M70 was produced, or at least developed, in Yugoslavia in 1970, hence the name. In the former beautiful state of Yugoslavia, specifically in Serbia. And while this was originally developed for the Yugoslavian army, despite the dissolution, Serbia has continued. So factories to this day produce, and there's even a Zastava USA. They don't necessarily manufacture their own parts and complete guns, but they do manufacture some, and are in the US. So kind of interesting. Zastava's come a long way over the years. Many who have probably known older M70s, typical classic wood stock, wood handguard setups. This certainly doesn't look like that. This is definitely a newer Zastava. But by all means, same principal designs in the piston, the dimensions. The thing about Yugoslavian AKs is, unlike your traditional AKM pattern, which my Visca is and a lot of others that folks will be familiar with are, Yugoslavian rifles were manufactured slightly different specifications. The handguards will be slightly different, the stocks are slightly different, how they fit in here. They're not really screwed in. Quite a few, just subtle differences. So, kind of limiting, if you get a Yugoslavian AK, mind you, you're going to be limited a lot of times to accessories that are spec'd for Yugo rifles. Which brings us to my accessories and the changes I made to this particular Zastava. So, probably my favorite, of course, we gotta shout out to the Mocha's Waifu's Ahigao Cam Sling. Very appropriate. But we have Ergo handguard, handrails, a UTG Pro aluminum handguard here with quad rail, That's actually stock on this particular Zastava that I got. HoloSun PID Plus, which some might recognize from my other videos. One of my favorite laser light combos. Ergo little hand grip here, which gives me a nice solid hand grip. And kind of the meat and potatoes here, where it starts getting juicy, is the fire field scope. So, this scope, this optic, 1 to 6 powered. Roughly, I think I paid like $170 for it. It's not going to be the most high-end telescopic sight, but it does have etchings. It does have red and green illumination. It does zoom. It is pretty. It comes with this canted mount. Honestly, it's a pretty nice package for what you pay. And it was highly recommended to me by someone that I trust pretty well. So, I've definitely been, I'm sticking with this. I'm going to try this out and we'll see how it goes. But, the fire field scope here is mounted by a side mount. UTG and Zastava actually co-produced this particular mount. Many might recognize it as the UTG mount. Same design, just different branding, packaging. But it's pretty cool in that you have not only the top rail, it's spec'd to fit Yugo rifles, so it fits has very little clearance up here, fits tight, whereas many might not. You got this canted sight here for optional stuff, and my favorite, the quick detach lever. I'm not gonna detach it right now, but you can pretty quickly take it off and on with the optics still on. And then what's cool is I've already tested this out a few times. Taking it off and then putting it back on, it maintains 0 pretty reasonably. It's not going to be perfect down to mathematical perfection, but I would have to say for a quick release mechanism, that's pretty. The Zastava side mount system and that mount work pretty well together. It also came stock, this particular one, with the Zukov stock that many might be familiar with. I added a 0.5 inch riser so that my weld is just about quite in line with the optic there, which is nice. And then I kind of, I did my little ghetto tape job, which is one of my favorite ways to mod a gun. So, all in all, this is still the stock Zastava M70 quad rail version, with just, the optic changed and stuff, but mechanically still the same gun. And yeah, we're going to take it for a spin. We're going to break her in. See how she does. And stack her up versus the always fan favorite Visca. But I have good faith in this rifle. I believe in our Serbs. Also, probably, I'll take the time to show you how once again, this is sort of my day-to-day outfit. Scratch the helmet. You can tell the gun doesn't necessarily imprint, especially if I'm paying better attention to what I'm doing in my outfit. But yeah, we'll do some practice drills here with draws and have ourselves a good time. And as always, of course, I brought the lovely Waifu, the small, very helpful, up to her usual goblining and setup. But she also brought in her AR. Some might find this note. So she's been making her own AR for a while now. 15. It's quite slick. We have an Anderson lower. I think it's an Anderson upper, but we've had to change a couple things here now. The spring, in order, because it was light striking. We also have expanded the port on the gas barrel, or on the barrel, but it was kind of having an issue of not cycling all the way. Like, it would fire, but it was super undergassed, and like visibly, and it wouldn't move the action all the way back. So we've expanded the port on the gas, which has helped quite a bit. And I think it was actually under spec, which is what led us to kind of do that. And so she has since expanded it a little more, and we're gonna see if it's a bit more consistent. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But that's what Waifu's up to, and what I'm up to. Thank you for coming along, friends, as always, especially those who support. I feel like this channel started as kind of a little nothing, but it's been super fun to do, and I just like being out here anyway. I'm gonna do it one way or another. So, thanks for coming along for the ride. Having a good time. Alright, so our target's here, for what it's worth. We're gonna be 100 yards out. Nice little paper guys up here. So do you have anything to share with us, Smol? Any advice?
Look at a girlfriend. Why are you watching?
Well, I hope that AR-15 works out for you. I love you, Smol. Alright, so up first we got Waifu. It's gonna hopefully cycle her AR better. Very nice, Waifu. That seemed to do it. Just needed a slightly wider hole.
Yeah, a little more gas.
What barrel was that?
I think it's a ballistic advantage.
Okay, and what was your upper?
Generic Willow Arms.
Oh.
And the lower was Anderson.
I got that right. Okay, interesting to know. Yeah, for some reason it was a 20-inch barrel and it seemed to not like the however much gas it was getting. But now we're good. Oh, your mag fell?
No.
The tiny mag. So this is your British 22?
That's the Romanian.
The Romanian one, yeah. And those mags are hard to find, right? Oh, well, never mind. It's just a shitty mag.
Not the right one you're talking about.
It's just a shitty mag. It's having a rough go.
Yeah. If I undo something when I was taking it apart.
What a cute waifu. Alright, so I had to do some I had to do some quick fixing on my Zero, but I think we're in business now. Alright, so you might have heard it hit those steel targets, and those were 50 yards out. And then the paper targets we were shooting at were 100. So, obviously at 50 we were doing pretty good. It really slammed the crap out of this poor guy. This guy was over here. That's a pretty good clearance. This guy was right here. And this poor guy was in a sandbag, which, I mean, look at this poor guy. Not doing so good now, or this bag. And these are regular Wolfie 7.62 full metal jacket steel rounds. That's what I use at that range all the time. It's like my go-to because they're just hella cheap. But even being full metal jackets, they definitely have a punch. They hit shit. It goes flying. All right, we're gonna check the paper target, which, I mean, I'm all over the place. I'm a crazy person, but at least we should see them on paper now. And behold, here we go. So, yeah, we're doing a little bit. We're doing quite a bit better. It's a big group, mind you, at 100 yards. But this is not with me on the bag doing precision shots. So this was, I would say these two were about my precision shots. And then these seem to be about the general grouping. But not bad. I haven't used a telescopic sight in like 8 years. So this is coming back to a lot of things, relearning a lot. But there you go, Zastava performs pretty great. I would say it's definitely a bit on the overgas spectrum, but not crazy. The handguard is, I'm not even slightly perturbed. It's not even like, it's warmish, but it's not even like uncomfortable at all. The handguard seems pretty well designed to like vent air, because AKs usually get kind of toasty. But yeah, no issues. Pretty on point. Packs a lot of punch. Seems quite accurate. We'll have to really do a precision shoot someday, maybe, and kind of maybe we could compare it versus the Visca. But I gotta say, I got no complaints. Shit's pretty dope. Zastava. Hooja! 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 So, we also brought out Smol's infamous, is it XL50? XF50. The, 50 BMG single shot bolt action rifle. Some of y'all are quite familiar with it. It's the home favorite. And Smol's been really trying to get it zeroed and accurate, which has been proven rather difficult and expensive to do. But here we are today. Damn. Ready? Yep. Alright, that one was low. That hit probably the base of the pallet. And it looked like center though.
Maybe it is on point. Maybe I'm just flinching.
Could possibly.
Ready?
Yep. That was left up. Way left up. You're cute.
Ready?
Yep. Alright, so a lot of viewers of this channel would know my first shots with the handgun were absolutely horrible. Took a lot of learning to get competent, but feel like we've gotten there. We've come a long ways. So I think I'm gonna take you on a trip for a little redemption round. Alrighty friends, well thanks for joining us. We're just cleaning up now, but have to say that was a rousing success. The Zastava seems to work great. We got a 0. It fucks stuff up real bad. And the gassing on it actually was quite surprised. It's quite, I don't know, seems quite ideal, honestly. I'm probably not even going to need to put a piston on there, or an adjustable one. Cuties. AR-15 worked great by expanding the port, the gas port. Now it cycles just fine, kicking butts. And I kind of know how to shoot a handgun now. Again, thanks to Waifu, the world's cutest range instructor. I love you, dear. Alrighty, well, thanks for joining us, friends, for another day in paradise. Hope this was enjoyable, informative, or otherwise comical. Alrighty. Have a good one, y'all. Deuces.